After 8.5 years, almost 9, I finally made it back home to the Philippines for our visit, and that's why I did not upload anything for 2 weeks. I decided I was going to take a break, and that included YouTube, and I think that was a great decision, just to be able to take a break and pull back from everything. I finally made it to Boracay. I often talk to Americans about Boracay, and I was totally being pretentious. I keep on saying it's one of the best beaches in the world. I've never been there. Now I'm not going to be pretentious anymore. I've actually really been there. And it was just so amazing for me to still be amazed by my own country. I just have to say, I've been around in the Philippines. I've seen a lot of the places in the Philippines. I've actually lived in Mindanao for quite some time. First, not quite some time, but for several months. But I continue to be amazed at just how beautiful our country is. And in Boracay, the white sand, really, everyone keeps on talking about white sand, and now I know why they keep on talking about the white sand. It's not just the color, but the fineness and how it feels against your feet. It feels like there's like a million different theories sort of tickling my feet whenever I would walk on the white sand. It's just so fine, so powdery. And that it's just the experience of actually stepping on the sand is magical in itself. And if only for that, you should go to Boracay. So more than swimming and whatever, I just being able to walk on the sand is the experience in itself. And then of course there's the clean water. I have several friends, a lot of friends who've been to the Philippines and would keep on telling me that they've never actually been to an ocean or the water that they can actually see the bottom of, and that's how clean the water of Boracay is. I know that there was a time when the current president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, actually closed Boracay just so the island could recover because there was just so much dirt, and they weren't taking care of the island. He decided he was going to shut it down for 6 months. And it did the island good, but my mom said that there's still a lot more chaos than she was used to. She's been there several times, a lot of times with my dad when he was still alive, and yeah, so the clean water and the white sand, and of course there's the party, a fusion of party and silence. So it's divided into 3 stations: station 1, 2, and 3. 1 is where the silence and the relaxation can actually happen if you just want to sit back and just lie down, get your tan, or just look at the ocean, or just swim and experience the ocean for a bit. That's what you do it in station 1. If you want some partying, then you go to station 2 and station 3. Station 3 is really where the chaos is happening, but station 2 is a fusion of 1 and 3. We were in station 1, but just on the verge of station 1, just about to enter station 2, which was a good decision because both were actually within our reach. So there's the fusion of partying and silence, and there were a lot of people dancing with fire. There were a lot of fun people offering us the 12 shots. Is that what they call it? Where you take the 12 different shots. At that time, I just came out of surgery. I just had my surgery, so I wasn't really drinking, unfortunately. But just the vibe, the music, the partying, the liveliness, the fusion of different culture coming together into one is very, very beautiful in itself. And then there's different activities. There's parasailing, you can dive, you can go island hopping and actually do snorkeling. And the Philippines really has the best underwater experience you can ever have. So there were enough activities. If you're the kind to go for that, then there's enough for you, and of course great food. I don't think I've ever this is where I actually Jonas has the best. They told me I love smoothies, and they said they have the best smoothies. It is true. I've never tried any kind of smoothie that tastes like that. It's just the fruits they use, they're fresh. It's just the right mix. There weren't a lot of artificial flavoring and sugar that other smoothies would actually put in theirs. And so if you ever go there, try Jonas, the smoothie, or their smoothie. It's really the best. Now, the bad part. One is that it has the worst airport I've ever been. I've been to a lot of airports, and I can't believe that such a beautiful, such a globally known destination would not have constructed a better airport. I think my house is better than that's how bad the airport is. It's just, the world knows how important an airport is. This is the first thing that anybody who comes to your country or your city would actually experience. And this is what you present them. And it's not just the layout, but the actual chaos. There's no organization, there's no system. It's just absolute chaos, and it's just a little embarrassing. And then there's a lot of people trying to nick people of more money. You have people saying, oh, come to us, we'll get you there, you know, no more transfers, we'll take care of everything. But the cost is like 10 times the actual cost. So once you go out of the airport, if you actually go out of the airport, walk a little, less than 5 minutes, walk a little across the street, there are tricycle stations, and that you pay them $50 per person, and they'll drive you towards the port. And then in the port, when they drop you in the port, then you pay again for environmental fee, boat fee, all sorts of fees. And it costs us like, I don't know, like there's 4 of us, and it costs us like $800 or a little more than 1,000 maybe. I had my niece actually pay for everybody. But the chaos in there were people going here, going there were no queue, you don't know who to talk to. We finally went into the shed where all the payments are made, and there were 5 different windows, and there were no lines, so you don't know where to fall in line, who to talk with, what's the real rate, you know, all of this chaos. But then you go out, and there are some people telling you that if you ask them to do it, you just have to sit there and wait for them to process everything, but it's going to be like 10 times the cost. But they don't tell you that. So I don't understand why they can't make it more systematic. If I'm going to Boracay, I check into a hotel. Why can't I just pay the hotel for everything, and the hotel remits it to the government? They can take a cut or whatever. I don't care, but at least I don't have to do all of the, you know, the moment I get out of the airport, there should be one system, right? There should be one system of transportation that takes me to the island or takes me to the port, and then the port should take me to the boat, and then the boat takes me to the island. But there's absolutely no system, and it's sad. So after you get to the boat, you get off the boat, you take another tricycle that will take you to wherever your resort is. But my point is that I shouldn't have to pay all of those people individually. I should just be paying one person, take me to wherever it is that I need to be taken to. That way, nobody's trying to make people of money. Nobody's trying to whatever. It's just, there should be peace. I'm going there for a vacation, and the minute I get off the hotel is just one stress after the other. And it is a perfect representation of what the Philippines is. It's beautiful, absolute paradise, and beautiful people too, but these people are so beaten up by this ugly, despicable system that they really have no other choice but to rely on themselves to survive. You know, damn sustainability, damn reputation, damn long-term growth. They just need to be able to eat today, and they will do anything that they can so that their family will survive for today. They work for themselves because no one is trying to work for them. No one is helping them, and so they're helping themselves, and it is sad. I can help but think that if we can only work together with our beautiful nature, beaches, forests, beautiful people, beautiful culture, diverse, so different. We have so many culture and tradition and beautiful places and natural resources that we would all be living in paradise if we would only, and we would be the envy of the world if we would only work together. If we have a good leadership that would pull everything together, make everything systematic and sustainable, if everyone will make sure that everybody will have a source of living. And I have been to several countries. I've encountered different cultures, different people, and they're all beautiful. But for me, this is my personal opinion, our nature, our beaches, our forests, our people, our culture is the most beautiful in the world. If you want some order in your experience, I would actually suggest to do everything end to end with the Henan Resort. So they have different resorts in Boracay. We stayed in Crystal Sands. And farther into Station 1, they have Henan Prime. And if you go through them, if you do everything with them end to end, transfers, transportation and all, they actually have their own place where you don't have to go through all those chaos. They'll take care of everything. So from the airport, they'll pick you up, process all of your documents, and so you just go where they ask you to go. So try Henan. When I come back, I'll probably do the Henan Prime deeper into Station 1, because I want more silence and relaxation rather than partying. So yeah, it is indeed one of the best beaches in the world. One of the worst systems, but one of the best beaches in the world.